Hey guys, I got a nice one today for you. Hope you're doing good. And today's inspiration comes from Stampwithloraine, an easy method of a torn paper card to reveal what's on the inside. I decided to make a card, but went a little further. I made quite a few of them, so I just want to take you on the process on how I might have made a few changes, but was inspired by her to create these. Okay, I'm going to bring it a little closer so you can get a better closer look at it. Little sentiment on there. Add a few stickers. These are hearts I cut out with my Sizzix machine and added a little embellishments and gave it a zigzag stitch around the whole card. And voila, beautiful. Now let's get busy. I'm going to show you how to make these sweet babies. A few days ago I was in my kitchen cleaning out a binder that I have, huge binder of stickers. And once your stickers are over, you're left with these pieces of cardboard. And voila, an idea came into my mind to use these, recycle them to create these cards. You can create these cards in several different sizes. And I'm going to show you how to create them. And at the end of the video, you will see all the beautiful cards that I managed to create with this paper, and also all the little embellishments that I have around my table that I'd like to incorporate in the ones that I'm going to make. So I really did not need a paper cutter, so all I needed to do first was I started from the bottom up and just fold it. You can create the size you want. You can start here, or you could even make it this big if you choose to. So let's say I just want to start at this point. You don't need to press too hard. And if you'd like, use your bone folder and just press along the bottom. So it'll give you a nice smooth crease. And I took my scissor. If you have a paper cutter, you can go ahead and cut it with your paper cutter, but I'm going to go ahead and use my scissor. I've been getting a pretty straight cut. And don't discard this piece. You can use that later for something else. So I have half of a folded card here. And next, what I did was I eyed where I want my tear to be. So I just did a little snip here and a little snip here. So what she did was, she said the best way is to pull these two towards you. And it's just going to give you a rugged tear look. And I love that. I mean, if you want, you can use the scissor and just cut straight along if you want it to be straight. But I love the fact that it has this rugged look, uncut edge. And then what she did was she pulled this piece up. And she says so that you wouldn't have such a big bulk over here, it would be a good idea to just give it a cut there. And I have a pencil here that's round. I was using this one earlier, but as you can see, it has these edges here, and it just didn't roll too well. And plus, I'm using a sturdier sort of cardboard, so the others didn't come out that round. So what you do is you're going to take your paper, and you're just going to roll in this direction. Sorry if I'm out of frame. Roll in this direction. And keep rolling. And it might come apart. Just try it one more time. Keep rolling and rolling and rolling till you get to the end of your tear. There we go. And what I did was I slipped the pencil out. And there is your roll. But since I'm going to be putting one of them in my journal, and some of the other ones I'm going to send them along either in a happy mail or just to inspire somebody, I flattened mine. You can keep it around if you choose to, and there's a little piece here that's popping up, and that's okay. You can just snip that right off. And if this is popping out too much, you can snip that off too. So that's pretty much how it looks when you first start. Now all you need to do is grab your glue and add some in the back here, because you're going to glue this down. And hold it for a few seconds until it stays down. And if it pops up again, all you have to do is add a little more glue underneath. Like I said, I wanted mine flat. If you want yours round, you can leave it round. But eventually, if you do put in a journal, it's going to flatten. So that's pretty much what it looks like when you are first finished with it. Now let's see. Now we're going to embellish one of these babies. I've already cut and I have already started. Let's just say you don't have those pieces of cardboard from the packaging. Maybe you have a box of Kleenex tissues. Perfect. I gave it a try. So I tore in the same manner, glued this part there, and I already have the picture that I'm going to slip inside. I've already glued that down. It's just a piece of scrap paper that I had. Added it there. Next thing you do is you add glue on the bottom of the flap. I'm not being generous with the glue simply because I did stitch my cards. So if you're not going to stitch, just adhere enough glue so that it stays down permanently. By adding just a tiny bit of glue and the stitching, it pretty much won't go anywhere. It will not open. You won't lose pieces that you might have put outside the card also. So here we go. And that's just the top part of the Kleenex, the piece of cardboard that you pull off. When you expose the tissue, that's this piece that I'm using right here. I was rummaging through scrap paper so that I can find what I wanted to put underneath, and this was in there, and I thought, I'm going to give it a try. So this is how it looks. And now for the embellishing. I went ahead and picked a few pieces that I want to add on there. So there are several pieces of stickers, and I'm sure many of you recognize these flowers that come in the Tim Holtz die cut packages that they sell at Hobby Lobby. That's where I obtained these. So I'm going to go ahead and use those. So let's see what we can do to this card to give it a more beautified look. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue on the back of this one. And I'm going to leave this down like this because it'll be easier when I squeeze my bottle for the glue to come out. I'm going to add this one here. And you can make these cards as simple or as embellished as you like. You can add lace, you can add burlap, you can add just about anything you'd like. Take your time, there's no hurry, and enjoy yourself. And this one, let's see here, in this direction. And I did want this to pop out purposely there and on the top, so it's taking shape. Now I chose a few stickers, and it does say fill our lives with. And I'm going to add, this one says follow his plan. I'm going to add this sticker up on the top here. Doesn't take much to make a pretty card. And as junk journalers, you could just keep adding and adding and adding, and it just becomes more beautified. So I have this one that says spread love. And I wanted to add that right here. And I have a little butterfly. that I'd like to add up here. Now if I choose to, I can grab a gem dot. I think these are called. And maybe add it, let me see. I can add it right to the butterfly. And it's the tiny little things that give it that wow factor. But here it is. That's that card. Simple. You can add it to any journal. Send it in a happy mail. Make several. Share them with your friends. And on to the next one. I have 2 more cards here. I've already gone ahead and started the basic tearing here and folding over and gluing it down. This one has a stitch. This one does not. So if you do not have a sewing machine, you don't need it. Embellish your card as you like and work with it. Use it as you like also. So I'm going to start with this one. And let's see. I did pull out a piece of ribbon. Use whatever you have in your stash. There's lots of items that we think we can't use that we can. Things we've put away for a while that we have forgotten that we have. I'm always discovering that I have something I just forgotten I even had in my stash for a very long time. So I'm going to add this pretty ribbon. And this is a printout copy of a wrapper from a bar of soap. Olive oil soap from Greece. I actually went to Greece. I didn't go to Santorini, which I think that's what this is. I went to a small island called Hydra off the coast. And I purchased this in one of the stores there. And I knew someday I was going to add it to my junk journal, but I didn't want to tear the actual wrapper. So I went ahead and I created a printout of it. And that is what you're seeing inside the card. And I love the ribbon because it has that light blue color in it. And of course, olives are green, so I thought, that would be nice. That did not come out straight. Okay, there's the ribbon. And I'm going to put a flower down. It's not exactly the same blue, but I'm okay with the color. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my Elmer's. That little bottle just contained Elmer's glue in it. Just put the flower here. Sweet little touches you can add to your cards. And I decided to go with a little pop color here. And that's going to be, and I'm not going to sew this on, I'm just going to glue it on. It'll dry on there and it'll stay. It'll adhere. It will not come off. And then I thought maybe this sticker that I had would look nice on the card. Right here. And I think I may just add, I was thinking maybe a few dots up here, but I'm not sure going in this direction. Maybe not. Let's grab a stamp. I have this stamp set that I got at the $1 store, and I pulled off where it says Enjoy Life. And I'm going to add that to my card. And when you do stamp on your cards, wait until that's the ink dries before you do anything else, because smearing does occur. So this says Enjoy Life. I'm going to let it overlap into the bottom. I don't necessarily want that straight. I want it at an angle. And there we go. Gorgeous card. Simple. And I've also, you can see a little metal piece there, added a clip in the back so that you can adhere the card onto a page if you'd like to. It would look great in a journal. So this one here, I went ahead and added some lined paper inside. It's actually from Paper Studio, so it's not your regular paper. And then I also put on top of that a piece of the tissue paper that comes in with your sewing patterns. I thought it looked really cute. And let's see how we can embellish this one. I really enjoyed these, and I got really busy. Basically, I've been doing these all day. Now let's see if this comes off. That's the one thing. I have to bend and pull on the corner, because sometimes it is hard to get these stickers off. And this one says, "Do justly, love mercy, walk humbly." Micah 6:8. You can add a Bible verse. You don't have to write a sweet sentiment on your card. Do just stamping if you'd like to. You can just dress the outer edges of the card. So I have that there, and this little butterfly seemed to pop out from somewhere today. I have no idea. Found it on the table, so I decided I am going to use it. And it is a magazine cutout or a brochure cutout, one of the two. I'm just clipping things out and just putting them away because I know eventually I'm going to use it. And I'm going to add that butterfly there. I want to add these two flowers, Paper Studio flowers. I'm going to add this one. Let's see if it will come off easily. Yes, I'm going to add this one at the bottom here. Just use your nail and go over it lightly. There we go. This is cute. Simple. You don't need a lot of items to make. You can draw the pictures if you want, if you're good at drawing. Paint. I'm planning to paint some of these myself. And then this flower, I'm going to put it up on the top, and it's probably going to pop out on the side just a tad. So all you have to do is bend it over. Gorgeous, short and sweet. You do not have to add a lot, so I'm thinking maybe I will add a few dots on the corner here. I'm just not sure what color I want to use. Should I use green? Green is cute, but I don't like the way it looks. Maybe some more pearl dots. Can add a few of those here. And like I said, I'm not going to sew this one. If you don't have a machine, you don't have to sew. And then just bring these down on the side here. Whoops. Not everything comes out perfect, so work with it. That's why I like to take my time when I'm creating. And let's see here. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that artistic rule, 3, 5, 7. So that it's appealing to the eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me give it just 5. Simple card. I know that the sewing gives it that sort of that final beautiful look, but you can make them like this. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and let me distress the outer part. I wasn't going to use stamps or any distressing today, but you know what? Look at that. Add a little bit of distressing ink on the edges. Even nicer. Gives it a nice border, finished look. Other items, you're given dimension. You're making it more appealing to the eye the more you add to it. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is show you some of the other cards that I made. So I have this one. I made that one. And this one. And I really was busy. I needed something to keep my mind on today. My mom hasn't been feeling well, so Just wanted to keep busy. Here goes another one. It says, hold on to hope. I might not fit them all in frame. So I went ahead also and I made some tiny ones. You can also make very, very tiny ones with stickers, and the bottom portion is washi tape. I put washi on the side. I didn't put any paper back here, but I can still write on the back with a permanent marker. And here goes one that says rejoice. Added some faux snippet with some stickers, some gems. The paper in the background was some paper that my sister sent to me, so you can actually collage the paper before you put it in there. So I created it with collage paper. This is one of the bigger ones I created. And this time, instead of cutting the paper, I folded it over and then brought it back in this direction. It says, be kind, dream big, create, imagine, smile. You can come up with just about anything with these cards. Look at this one. This one I added some material to it. Sunflower material. Added the flowers with buttons, some gems, some stickers. Hello, beautiful. Gorgeous cards. I hate to cover the other ones, but I have no space. Then I created this one that says faith. Help is a prayer away. And then I did some ghost stamping, and because I did not let it dry, see, I got a little blemish on there, but I can also take some paint and bring any of the colors within the card onto this folded corner. And this one I created in memory of my sister. Her smile, you could see her a mile away, smiling a mile away. So you can make them even more personal by adding a picture to it. That's going to go in our journal also. I did sew the button, and I had two tiny little holes, so I decided to wrap some washi tape around it to cover it. Did add a little bit of glue underneath just to make sure that it had a little extra support between each of the layers that I placed there and under the button. Give my little stitching knots at the end so they don't come out either. And what I wanted to show you is one last card which came out. If you do not have any tissue box piece, any of these wrapping packages, I created one with the Hobby Lobby receipts. I put two together, tore the paper here, folded it over, sewed around it. There's two receipts. Embellished it. It says home is where your story begins. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And it's a beautiful card you can also gift in a happy mail, send it to someone you love, or add it to one of your journals. So you can create these cards with just about anything that you have. Just sit down, think a little bit, and enjoy yourself. Have fun playing. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Dan. Come back. God bless you. See you soon.